Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to teach you a very simple to do self-working trick that's so freaking amazing, you won't believe it's actually self-working. Most tricks of this kind rely heavily on sleight of hand and a lot of memory work too. There's a lot of shit to remember, but in this one, it's very simple to remember, very simple to do, no sleight of hand, just a couple of things that you have to do, which I'll walk you right through them so you can be off and running and do this in no time and blow some freaking minds. I first witnessed Alan Ackerman doing this trick, which is called Smack Monty by John Bannon. Now, I started researching this effect and all its variations, and this is the one that I finally settled on that I think is the best, and you're gonna freaking love it. I'll leave a link maybe in the first pinned comment of Alan Ackerman doing this trick, and it's kind of easy once you know what's going on to backtrack it and figure it out, but when I first saw it, I was mind blown and I was completely fooled. Anyway, enough talking, let's get right into it. Okay, so first what I'll do here, guys, is demonstrate what the effect looks like, and after I do that, I'll teach you exactly how it's done. Alright, so imagine I have a person here that's going to be an imaginary person, so bear with the awkwardness, okay? So, hey person, have you ever heard of the game 3-Card Monty? You have. It's where they sort of switch cards around and you gotta guess which one is which. Normally, it's the highest card, and you have to just guess where it is, and usually the magician or the gambler or the cheat tries to cheat you, and you never actually guess correctly. But this is a little bit different. It's called 4-Card Monty. It goes like this. So do me a favor, why don't you cut the deck in half right about here? So they do that. Just like this. Why don't you cut it again? Cut some of these right over to here. They do that. And heck, why not? We'll do it a fourth time. Cut some of these right about here. They do that. Now look, we'll take a look at the cards that you just cut to. We got an 8, a 9, a king, and we have, ooh, an ace. So the ace will be the money card. That's the highest card. So I want you to keep track of the high card here. The ace, the money card, all right? So we'll turn these guys face down. Now look, if I were to just put this ace back right where it is, that wouldn't be much of a game. So why don't we start switching cards around? All you gotta do is keep track of where this ace goes, okay? So maybe I put it right here. That's pretty easy. Maybe we switch these around and put them right there. Still pretty easy. What if we did this? Switch these around and maybe one more right about here. Now that was pretty slow, and you might have been able to keep track pretty easily where that ace went. So if you had to guess, where's the ace? And they may say right here, and they would be correct. But look, this is not a game of me trying to cheat you. This is a game of me trying to let you win. So notice, I never said the ace of spades. All I said was find the ace. And since I want you to win, it doesn't matter which pile you would have chosen, because look, there's an ace right here. There's an ace right there, and you guessed it, there's an ace right there as well. That's all 4 aces. You win every time. So what I love about this trick is that there's no moves whatsoever, but you still get a change of random cards into aces. It doesn't get any better than that. And so here's the setup. Here's what you want to do. You want to have the 4 aces on the top of the deck. The ace of spades being in the topmost card, alright? So now you start talking about the 3-Card Monty game and how cheaters like to cheat you with switching those 3 cards around, and you have to guess which one is the high card. And you say usually the cheat will try to cheat you and make you guess incorrectly with some sleight of hand. And you say, look, this is a game like that, but it's a little bit different. It's called 4-Card Monty. Would you like to play? And they say yes, blah, blah, blah. And you say, I'm not going to try to make you lose. I'm going to try to help you keep track of where the money card is, okay? So now, as you're saying this and talking, you're just shuffling the deck, making sure the aces stay on top. Now, when you're done shuffling and talking, you ask them, look, why don't you cut the deck about halfway over to here? And see, they do that. Just like this. Now you have them cut about half of these, the original top half, close to them right here. So you're pretty much making a sort of a diamond shape, right? So now direct them to cut this original bottom half close to you, and they do that. Now the only thing you remember, of course, that the aces are on top of this pile right here. Now what you do, you say, look, we'll use one of these cards. In fact, we'll use the highest card. We got a 10, we have a 5, we have a 7, and we have, ooh, an ace. Now, you want to make a big deal and go slow about showing them what these cards are. But when you get to the ace, you never say ace of spades. You simply say, ooh, an ace, as if you didn't know it was going to come up, because how could you? You've been shuffling and they cut the cards. So act surprised when you see the ace of spades. So again, you want to emphasize these in different cards as much as possible. Maybe even give them suit names. All right. So ooh, the 10 of hearts, the 5 of clubs, ooh, an ace, and a 7. So you want to direct attention to the ace, but never call it the ace of spades, right? So, oh, the ace, that's the highest card, so we'll use this as the money card, all right? So we can turn these down. We got the 10, the 5, the 7. We don't need those. All we care about is the ace. Now you say, look, if I were to simply turn this ace face down where it is, that would be way too easy. That wouldn't be much of a game, right? So maybe we can start switching these cards around, and I'll put it right here on this pile here. And it's always going to be these two packets that you work with, all right? So we can call the north and west piles right here, according to your POV, all right? So you never touch these packets. You always touch these two packets right here. These are the only two packets that you're going to be working from, all right? So again, the ace, the ace starts right here. And you say, if I were to put it right here, that'd be way too easy, not much of a game. So we'll start switching cards around. I'll put it right here instead. Now, for the second round, you start moving 2 cards at a time, and remember, you only work with these 2 piles. So the first one, you always remember, is going to be here. The second one will be here. So you always want to move cards the first time to 3, and then to 9 if it's maybe like a clock, you can imagine, all right? So it's going to be 3, and then to 9, working with these 2 piles. So this is what I mean by that. So look, you always work with these 2 packets. You go put this here, and you put it at 3, all right? So just switch these, and you put it at 3. Next, you do the same thing, work with these 2 piles. You do this again. Next, put it here, and put it at 6. At this point, guys, an ace will be on top of each pile, but that's not good enough, all right? So that's only 2 times, so you want to go a third time like this. Maybe we'll do this one as well, boom, right here. Now, since you did it so slow, obviously they're going to know that the ace is right here, okay? So you'd be correct. Boom, there's the ace. I'll go through this one more time so you can get a clear picture of what's happening here. So I'll use different colored cards in contrast to the blue cards here so you can clearly see what's happening in this effect and how to manage the cards, all right? So remember, the aces with the ace of spades upmost on top on the northernmost pile right here. So you simply say, look, blah, 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 here's these cards, here's random cards, ooh, the ace, all right? So now you turn these face down, again, emphasizing these cards. We don't need the 10 or the 5 or the 7. The ace is the highest card, always calling it just the ace, never the ace of spades. So the first time you do it, just the single ace goes here to your western pile. You only work with these 2 piles here. So say, look, now just keep track. We'll just move 2 cards at a time. Just keep track of where the ace goes, all right? So remember, it's 3, then 6, all right? So you pick these 2s up like this and move it here to 3, and then pick these up again and move it this one to number 6, just like this. Already you have 4 aces on each pile, but that's not enough. You want to do it one more, so pick up these 2. Whatever you want to do at this point, it doesn't really matter. I just like this because it keeps a rhythm like this, boom, just like this. All right, so now they'll say the ace of spades is obviously right here. So you can just reveal that whatever you want to say for your ending in your presentation, that the ace is on top of each pile. So that's the trick, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and the simplicity behind this effect is just what gets me. You have cards that just change to aces with no moves, and I'm obsessed with this trick, and I hope that you like it as much as I do, and go out there and blow some minds with it. I know you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. So yeah, until next time, happy practicing.